Mr. Danny Jones. And Danny, Lauren was getting ready to say something really important.
Yes, we'll come back to her in just a second. But while
You better catch this train while it's passing.
no, I want to explain to people at home what has taken place while you've been gone. We've had to replace an entire microphone because of him.
That technical difficulties.
And we've run new cables. We've done everything in the last couple of minutes. And
Slobbered right through it.
Listen, we don't have enough insurance to cover you. Okay,
Right.
just keep that in mind. Okay, Lauren, go ahead and say what you were going to say.
What I was going to say 20 minutes ago?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I can't exactly remember what that was, but I'm sure it was really profound and important. No, Gus was talking about things that are going on in his life and how he is, how he's drawn closer to the Lord during those times. And I was going to say, before I was rudely interrupted, I was going to say that in the times in my life when I've gone through difficult things, my relationship with the Lord has also deepened. And I often think, Lord, I hate that it often requires me going through something like this to get me to that place where I should be all along. And I always say, Lord, I'm gonna be more consistent in the future. I'm gonna stay here. And you know what? I always fall back. And I wish it wasn't that way, but
nature's a beast.
He's
It's
working
just,
with me on
it
it.
is.
But God is faithful.
Yes, He is.
Always.
He always has the door open for
Yes.
us to return back to what He's wanted us to do. You remember all of that, okay? But here's one thing that Gus and I we have talked about this several times. We both lost our fathers on the same exact day, and ever since then, we'll just walk down the hallway at an event or anything, and this is the entire conversation. You doing okay? Yeah. You doing okay?
Yeah.
It's okay. And we know instantly what's going on. That's the good side of Southern gospel music, when you have those friendships where you can just literally lock eyes and express your concern.
Yeah,
What a
that's right.
blessing.
I had a
It
friend
is.
do that for me last night, and it was nothing big. Nobody else would have ever caught on to the subtext underneath it. But said, "You doing okay?" I said, "Yeah." "You?" "Yep." And that's all that needs to be said.
Right.
That can be such a kindness at times.
It is, and it's a comfort.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Because we're all out here, we're all so busy.
Yeah.
And sometimes we get caught up in all the wrappings of this, and we lose sight of, wait a minute, hey, I'm a very small fish in a big pond here, and but God can use me, He can use you, He can use anybody, and it just brings the whole family up together.
Yeah.
One of the neat things about Tribute Quartet down through the years is you have taken the old songs, like they're on, what's the name of the album again?
He don't
Tribute
remember.
Quartet Tribute Volume 3.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm getting the back cover.
Right. But taking songs like that with a lot of new songs like Good News from Jerusalem several years ago, you know, what has been the magic formula, if you will, of Tribute's success?
Man, I don't. Here's the thing. I think the one thing is we always look for something that touches us, a message that touches us. If it reaches us, we feel like that it will help us to convey it in a way that it will reach others. I still am shocked and stunned by people's acceptance of what we do. From night to night, we will go from the most conservative thing that you've ever heard, followed by probably one of the most aggressive things that you've ever heard. And people allow us that freedom, I think, because they understand our heart. And
Because
they
it's
know-
authentic.
Yes,
Right.
that's it.
That's
the
the
word.
key. If you're authentic and you give the people something true and real from your heart,
Yeah.
if you've made a friend in that audience, they'll listen to about anything that you do if it's real. And you
know,
guys certainly are that.
Our current single, Free Indeed, is more of an aggressive type of a song. And I remember about a month and a half ago when we started staging that, we had just finished the song, I Call It Home. 40-year-old Squire Parsons classic, okay? And we do it live with just a piano. We don't ever sing the track with it. And so we had just finished that song. And Gary looks at me and he goes, "Free Indeed." And I went, really? I mean, it just like seemed like such a complete
Contrast.
opposite,
Yeah, for
such a
sure.
contrast. And the track started to the song, and we watched as people were just like immediately clapping along with that beat and everything. And I mean, all of us on stage, all of us were like, our jaws were in our chest. We're going, this can't be, this can't be. But it is. I think it's a trust because they know that we're bringing them something that we feel like they need to hear because we needed to hear it first.
What's the song you sing, or that Tribute sings most nights that you connect with the most?
Oh my gosh, that's hard to narrow down. We're very blessed in that.
He connects with a lot of what I sing.
It's
Well, who doesn't?
Me.
I don't know why. I don't know why we're anticipating Gus to remember the names of it.
That's
know.
true.
the
It's really not about the message for him. It's just
a lot
about
of nights
the-
we will open up with a song called "Pull Up a Chair," and the message of that song, you can watch people's face. They just start smiling. They're like, "Okay, what are we in store for tonight? What are we?" Yeah, so yeah, it's fun to watch that.
Hey, I've got a question for Ian over here.
Uh-oh.
Are you aware that Lauren Talley has a monthly column in Singing News magazine?
Thank you. I've been waiting for somebody to bring that up.
Man, listen to that. Good job, Danny.
All right.
Good
So,
job.
can you tell me the name of that column?
Yes. It's called I Am So Sorry to All the People Out There Listening. His lives weren't changed by all the deep and effective things I said when my microphone wasn't working. God was trying to work through me, and the Singing News didn't want it to happen. So I'm sorry for your loss and that your lives weren't changed. That's the name of the article in the column, and you should check it out. It's monthly in the Singing News.
Are you on some kind of medication?
Yes.
Well,
Name for an article.
We don't have that much paper.
She does an
No.
excellent job writing that article.
Right. Anyway, it's called the Timothy
I think you
Chronicles.
just wrote it.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, but
Hey,
in parenthesis, I'm sorry.
I'm going to
they were
call
out.
him next time I need some help coming up with an article.
I was awesome at those 500-word essays when you got to 498 and you needed 2 more. I never had that problem.
Yeah, but Lord, 250 words of that was the title. So much for the essay.
Yeah, the longest run-on sentence in American history.
I think it's a world record. We just said
That
it.
is.
Well, anyway, hey, you need to get Singing News Magazine coming to your mailbox every single month because you'll want to read Lauren's column. It's called the Timothy
And I love your
Chronicles.
article.
Thank you.
And
And
you'll-
unlike this interview, the magazine actually is edited. So that's going to work out great for those of you who subscribe.
That's right. That's right. But you'll also find writings from Tim Lovelace, Mark Bishop, Connie Hopper, and a lot of other great things. Check it out, singingnews.com. Joseph, what else do we need to do?
Well, we're getting ready to take a brief break here in just a minute, and then we're going to come back with our guests. We have the Browders. They're from Hilton's, Virginia. If you've been there, you fell out of an airplane. And then we also have the Littles with us. They'll join us here on the round table. It's been a delight having Tribute with us today. These are 2 of my favorite guys in the world. I love you guys. You
We
made
love
me
you too, man.
laugh.
We love you,
Yes.
and we love your shirt more than we love you.
Well,
And
I'm not hurt by that, actually. It's in a weird way. It's in a weird way.
yeah, I'm excited about the little Browders.
We'll be right back.
Yeah.
You're listening to Singing News Radio, watching Singing News TV. It's a Singing News Roundtable.
Can he stay on?